now we are back again to slavery of the majority. Where the majority are not allowed even to express their views, and all media and all technology is controlled by a very small minority. Where we need to fight for the freedom of populations and freedom of speech everywhere, and this is not done on an individual basis, it's done on a national basis, and that's what we are doing. We're not going for elections anytime like the European model, not at all. And it's not an option. I mean, I would like to suggest to European governments who think they are democratic when they are not democratic at all, go and change the situation in Saudi. Tell the Saudis to go for elections, okay? If you can do that, I will applaud you and say, oh, you've done a very good job. Democracy is the rule of the majority. There is no rule of the majority in Europe, the United States. If you're talking about the majority, that does no more exist in Europe. You have the statistics in Europe. You go from Sweden to Austria to Luxembourg to Spain to Italy to France to Germany. The participation of the citizens, the eligible electorate, has gone from 16% to maximum 27%. And still these countries would claim to have democracies or participatory elections. No one is participating in these elections, especially these days. People are fed up of the politics that has become a politics of a minority and special interest groups controlling everything. And Europe has ceased to have democracies in spite of the pretensions that we have every day. And when it comes to other countries in Europe, the Middle East, I would ask very simple questions. Why don't you ask the King of Morocco to go for devolving the monarchy there? Why don't you go and ask the King of Jordan to go and devolve the monarchy there? Why don't you do it in Kuwait? Why don't you do it in Saudi? Why are you pushing it when you don't have democracies in your own countries and trying to intimidate people by taking the monopoly of first and foremost explaining democracy and trying to impose it upon others? It's grabbing the resources of others, it's robbing the resources of others, it's killing people, it's intimidating people. And still again, you can talk about democracy. Those who believe or think that there is democracy in Western Europe and the United States are pretenders only, to me at least. And when you talk about democracy in any society, our societies need democracy more than anyone in Europe or the United States, because we need to create an environment where the benefits of every activity in society is harvested by the majority. Not by 1%, 2% or 5% of the population. And we're working hard to guarantee that for the majority of the population. So you may think, oh, elections. Now, 80% of the population lives below the poverty line. And you tell these people they are living in democracy. Go everywhere in Africa, Asia, and many other places. This has become a way of cheating people, boiling down everything to the ballot box. I mean, what does a ballot box mean to a hungry man? What does a ballot box mean to a slave? What does a ballot box mean to someone who doesn't even have the citizenship required for equality? Freedom means equality and freedom. In the hands of a small minority, no more than 2–3% of the population, how can you possibly make it compatible for democracy to, at the same time, allow for 2% of the population to have all the opportunity, while 98% don't have the opportunity? Equal opportunities is a measure for equality in society, and this is nowhere. And I don't think it's late for Europeans to ask very simple questions about what they mean by democracy. And I would like to say again, repeat it again, and for many governments who think they have democracies and want to sell democracies, they go and find a good market for that in many places. Again, who is saying this is the question, because it's been an obsession for the CIA and CIA agents who have all the websites. They are bombarding people with disinformation about so many things. I mean, they may at will compare a reality here with any other reality. Why are they doing it, and what do they mean by what they are saying? It's you can't tell me who is the source of this accusation. Who is controlling the media? You have more than 200–300 websites for the CIA operating and focusing on Eritrea.